Hello everyone, the Bearded Thumb here. How y'all doing today? I know this video is pretty hypocritical since this is the exact drink that I said in my first bartending how-to video that I would not be making in the gin and tonic. So rather than just make a simple gin and tonic, I'm going to turn this into a talking point about why you should always tip your cocktail waitress if you're ever in Vegas and getting a complimentary drink. Yes, I know the term complimentary means they're free, but I mean, come on, you're there spending money anyways, tip the damn waitress. So after I'm going to first show you how I would make this drink for just any average person that comes over to my house, I will then show you a very unscientific experiment I ran while in Vegas and tell you the ultimate results I got from it. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, first I am going to show you how I would make this drink for myself or for someone else. Now, I am going to be using the big ass glass, which everyone is familiar with if you've watched any of my other videos on this channel, mostly my beer review videos. So, what I have here is Tanqueray gin, probably the only gin I will ever use. And then a bottle of tonic water. It is a quart-sized bottle. I removed the label from it because, fuck the place I got it from. So, but it's just basic tonic water, nothing special about it. I'm not going to be using any ice in this because I've had the Tanqueray and the tonic water sitting in the fridge for a while. So what I would do first is I would take about half a lime, or depending on how much someone likes lime. I personally love the taste of lime added to a gin and tonic. So I take half a lime, cut that in half, and take each wedge, squeeze the lime juice into the cup. If I was using ice, this is also where I would put the ice in after I do the lime juice. Then I would put the ice in. Then I put the remaining wedges in. And if you have someone who's more of a casual drinker, I would say definitely just do one shot. I am far from a casual drinker, so for myself, I'm going to do two. Yes, I know, I see the produce sticker is still on the lime. It'll add a little flavor. So then, this is a quart-sized bottle. Just going to open up. Kind of eyeball. Holy shit. Alright. That was ready to blow. Just try to eyeball about, I don't know, like 12, 14. I mean, me, I'd be filling this all the way to the top for myself. We'll just eyeball it there. Is around maybe 16 ounces or so. And there you go. That is my kind of gin and tonic. Nice summer drink. I even have it in the winter sometimes. But usually in the winter I tend to do Moscow Mules more so. So this is definitely more of a summer drink for me with the citrus in it. So that is how I make a drink for myself. Or for someone who would come over to my house I was hosting. Like I said, you know, the lime amount of lime you use could fluctuate on the person. Me personally, I love the lime, and I like the extra kick of gin. So, listen, always cater to your audience, or better yet, just leave the shit on the counter and let them decide how they want their own drink. So, next up, on to how we tip in Vegas. Okay, keep in mind, this is strictly unscientific. What I did was to see the difference between drinks in Vegas when you tip and do not tip. What I did was, and I only used one casino for this quote-unquote experiment. I one day went and I was getting drinks and was not tipping per drink. Not at all. I waited until I got my last drink that day, or what I knew was going to be my last drink for that night. And then I gave her all those tips that would have been per drink all at once. So I didn't tip her, not at all. I just made sure to see how it would come based on her feeling I was not tipping her. Then when I got home, I kind of played around with the taste, and this is what I got and what I kind of remember it tasting like. Once again, incredibly unscientific. So if you want to talk about that in the comments, please do go ahead and say how unscientific and horribly unproven this is. But this is how I felt it was. I felt it was probably close to about a quarter or maybe a half a shot of gin. The lime wedge. They never squeeze it in for you. They let you do that if you want, because I mean, I think they try to avoid touching your stuff as much as possible. And then they fill it up to the absolute rim to try and make it look like you got one nice hearty drink. And I mean, it's not bad. I mean, you should definitely tell that there's a lot of tonic water in it and close to no gin. I mean, yeah, just tasting that right now, I mean, there's a slight bit of gin, but not much. And another thing to throw in, just as a precautionary measure, if the place you're at is using disposable cups, then yeah, you could drink right off the rim if you want. Me personally, if I see they're using glasses, I always ask for straws. And not that I don't trust them to not have clean hands, but I don't trust the thoroughness of the dishwashers and people handling the cleaning of it. So if they're using an actual glass, I would always say ask for a straw, be polite about it. And when tipping your cocktail waitress, my personal general rule of thumb is if I'm doing beer, I will do $1 per drink. If I'm doing mixed drinks, I'll do $2 per drink. And I usually do it in a $2 bill so they can see it's $2. I mean, if you just hand them a couple singles together and they just toss it in their cup, they might think it's just $1. So I want them to see I'm tipping them $2 for what you're about to see. Alright, cup number 2. When I tip $2 all night long, I have found it to be about, in a small glass like this, close to a shot and about a half of gin, which is, you can tell because in a smaller glass, that is almost half the glass. And gin is something that will bleed right, the taste of it will bleed right through any kind of drink, which is another reason why I like to use premium gin, such as Tanqueray, because if you're going to taste it, it better be a better tasting gin. I mean, I personally think gin by itself is absolutely awful. I would not recommend it. But, I mean, I know there are some people who will do it on the rocks or as a shot, and hey, my hat's off to you. I personally would never do it. Then what I always like to do is, and I fill this glass up way too much, once I get the drink, I've tipped them, and, well, that lime's gone to the point of no return. Take one of my reserve wedges I have here. What I would do is I would pull that lime wedge out, squeeze the juice into it, drop it back in, then use my straw to stir it, or if they are giving me a disposable glass, before I drop the lime wedge in, kind of do a half-assed stir on the top. And then from there, just enjoy a damn good, strong drink that only costed me $2. That you're not going to get a drink that strong anywhere else in Vegas. So enjoy it while you can. And just remember, tipping is so important in Vegas. I mean, you're going there to spend so much money on other stuff like shows, gambling. You know, if you're someone paying for a suite at a hotel, I mean, help out people who this is their livelihood. They rely on these tips. I mean, yes, they do get an hourly wage, but it sucks because it is factored in that they are going to be getting tipped. So seriously, when planning a Vegas vacation, just remember, tip people who are doing you a service. Well, that'll bring us to the end of this video. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and follow me on Facebook. Link to the Facebook page is in the description down below. If you did not like this video, however, and feel no one should ever be subjected to watching this crap ever again, thumbs down, negative comment, and until next time, this has been the Bearded Thumb. Have a good one.